Hi, welcome to this week's Reinhardt Wisdom Show. I've decided to do this particular video live. And what is this video about today? It's in response to a question that I received from our Reinhardt Wisdom Facebook group member. One of them asked me, how do I open my heart? And so this video, it's about addressing that question. So number one way to focus on is to look at if you had experiences where that caused you to close your heart up, right? Because something had happened that's the reason we close our heart up, right? So it could be traumas, hurt, disappointment, pain that we experienced in the past, breakups, all of that. That's what causes us to close our heart up because we're concerned that, I don't want to get that, I don't want to feel that again, I don't want to experience that again, or I actually don't want to feel the pain that I experienced in the past. So number one, it's very important if you had those experiences is to allow yourself to heal those wounds, okay? To release those blocks. And if you've had breakups, is to grieve them, to allow yourself to feel all those pain and hurt and letting them go. So that way, you're not closing your heart up intentionally to protect yourself. So that is one way you will begin to open your heart up, okay? And number two is, gratitude. I always, I teach a lot of my graduates that gratitude is access to love and abundance. It's our access to love and abundance, right? So basically with gratitude, you're focusing on what you have instead of focusing on what you do not have. And the great thing is the more you focus on what you have, you will start feeling like, oh my God, things are pretty good. Like imagine me standing here. If I focus on being grateful for my life, just being alive, I'm alive. I can breathe right now. And the more I start focusing on that, the more I focus on my kids. I have my kids around me right now. My heart will start opening up because you will feel more gratitude. And because you're grateful, you will have access to love. Okay? And that way you will be able to open your heart up. Now, the other thing to look at is if you use essential oils. Okay, essential oils is one way. I love to use geranium. Okay, so geranium is for me a heart opener because geranium is related to love, and so I use geranium practically every day, and I will put a couple of drops around my heart area just to remind me, to keep my heart open. And of course, there are days where it's more challenging, and I want to close my heart when there are experiences that I have. Putting geranium will help support me in healing some of those energy and continuously to allow me and support me to keep my heart open. So if you're someone who uses essential oil, geranium would be one, or rose would be another good one as well. A rose is really high vibrational essential oil, so it will be very beneficial too. The other thing you could do also is through visualization, okay, and focusing on your heart chakra, because our heart area is where the heart chakra is, and heart chakra is represented by the green color, right? So what you could do is just take a moment, just quiet yourself down, find a place, sit down, close your eyes, and just visualize this really, really gentle, calm green light that's coming from the top all the way from your crown, the top of your head, all the way down to your heart center. And you just see this calming green energy light circling around your heart chakra, your heart area. And as it does that, the energy is removing all that you don't need, anything that's blocking your heart, all this energy that's blocking around the area, and you visualize leaving your body. And this green energy is kind of like infusing, this love energy, healing energy into your heart area. Okay, and as the more you visualize that, just visualize your heart starting opening up again, bigger and bigger. As it opens up, it encompasses your whole body, and you see your heart space open up. It's taking over, wherever you're at, the space you're in, and just see it growing bigger and bigger. And the more you do that, you will see and actually feel in your body that, your heart will start to open up. Okay. Another thing you could do also is focus on some, memories where you felt love before. Any memory, when you're a kid, or moments in your life that for sure, those are the moments you felt love 100%. And I would invite you to just put your hand around your heart at that moment and just think about those moments. For me, one of the moments that come to my mind right now is I remember that one time my dad came home and brought me this toy, and in my memory, it felt like the first time he did that. And I remember that was the time that I felt like, oh my God, my dad loves me 100%, right? So just, think of those moments, put your hand around your heart and just take those moments in. And when you take those moments in, you will start feeling, you'll start remembering. You'll start remember what it feels like to love, how it feels like, and then, you will see your heart will start opening up, okay? There are also, I do facilitate something called the emotion code, okay? You can Google online and just read up a little bit more about it. Basically what it does is we use muscle testing, your body, okay? Our body has wisdom. Your body is actually connected to your subconscious mind. And through that technique, basically you're using muscle testing to ask your body, do you have a heart wall? Basically a wall that protects your heart. And if there is, you can actually ask your body again, how big this wall is, right? Like how far this wall is that you've created around your life. And the way we heal the heart wall is basically using magnets. From what I've learned, you can use any kind of magnets, even fridge magnet, as long as there is magnet. And the way to do it is actually just rub the magnet around your spine area at least 3 times. And as you do that, just kind of see your heart wall crumbling down, okay? And, you're letting all that go, that wall that you built up to protect yourself. So that's one technique. Well, I'm just going to a very brief idea of emotion code. So if you would like support, reach out to an emotion code practitioner or reach out to me, and then we can, go into a more detailed session, okay? Or Google, read about it. So that's another way. Another thing is, if you believe in archangel, okay? Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Chamuel focuses on the heart and love. So you could call on the archangel too and come and just be with you. Again, same thing like meditation. Take a moment, just quiet your mind down, right? Take a moment and just see the archangel coming and just sending all those healing lights, energy towards your heart area, and just releasing anything that's causing you to keep your heart closed, and releasing them and letting them go. All this energy, okay? Another thing that you could do, in some of my videos, I've shared ways to, if you feel like there's this heaviness around your heart area, like, some days I feel that, right? Those are just energy that, maybe we're going through some anxiety, stress, overwhelm, all of that, right? Or something happened that day, that maybe there was hurt, there was something that happened between you and someone. And, I would encourage you to look through some of those videos. I don't go into detail here, but there are some other techniques where you use conscious breathing as a way, use your voice as a way to release some of this very heavy energy around your heart area, and or dance, right? That's a video around dance. But very intentional when you're using those techniques. Very intentionally focusing around your heart area. Okay. And the last thing I want to share is one thing that I've learned to do intentionally throughout my day is to focus on keeping my heart open. I know in the past, before I started doing transformational work, it's very easy to keep my heart closed. Like something happens between me and my husband, the next thing you see is like, okay, I'm closing my heart now. I'm going to stay away from you. We're going to disconnect. You're going to be away from me. And that's what I used to do. Yet, one of the practices that I've now taken on is, even though there's disagreement between him and me, for example, I intentionally tell myself, to keep my heart open. And I find that through that process, I learn a lot about myself too. So you could also do that, right? Being very intentional. I know it's not fun to feel pain or hurt or disappointment, yet on the flip side, that's the beauty of being human. The beauty of being human is because we get all this range of emotion, and the key is, again, it's back to, it's giving us information about ourselves. What is it that this is reflecting for us, right? Now, I'm not saying that all of it is that way, but because we're human beings, we will feel all emotion just because of what happened. But also, there is an opportunity to take that time and just reflect and see, is this whatever is happening, is it bring out some of my old wounds or something that I believe in that's not serving me? Okay, so once again, those are some of the ways to keep your heart open. And I want to come back to remember that, remember those moments where you're loved. And, that's one of the best way to just keep your heart open. So I hope whatever I've shared today adds some value to you. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you and have an amazing weekend. Bye.